recently went to Johnson City to take a trip, and we were going there because we had a Wild Ones meeting, and it was also a seed swap and a plant swap. But not only that, we also got to tour some really cool places. So that's what this video is all about. So the first place we got to go to was Buffalo Mountain, and it is gorgeous. The trail that we took would go like up the mountain, and on our way we got to see rare plants, and we got to see a lot of plants that we don't really get to see where we live. And so it was just really, really, really fascinating to see some of these plants. I had never even heard of, actually, some of them. And we also got to see a lot of pipe vine, which was really cool. Pipe vine is one of those plants that I'm always looking for when I'm at the park near my house. I'm always like trying to see, like, where's this vine? And we got to see so much of it on Buffalo Mountain. And if you guys don't know, pipe vine is the host plant for the pipe vine swallowtail butterfly, which is probably one of the most beautiful butterflies in our area. It has a lot of dark, like, black coloring, but then over top of the black there's like this iridescent blue pattern at the bottom of the wings, and it's just really, really gorgeous, and it sparkles in the sunlight. It's crazy. It doesn't even look like it's real. But anyway, there were countless pipe vines there. There were so many. I mean, it was full of trees. There were lots of shade, lots of spring ephemerals under those trees. And then at the top of the mountain, you've got a beautiful view of miles and miles around. The person who took us on this tour, her name was Mel, and she is so knowledgeable on all these places, and she really cares about habitat, and she cares about invasive plants and issues that they cause. And so it was really nice to be able to be led around by her. And the next place we went to was Winged Deer Park, which had a lot of different areas, but the main area we were looking at had a lot of wildflowers, including Virginia bluebells, and there was some phlox, and there was some oxalis, and there were lots of ferns and larkspur, and there were a lot of beautiful mosses. I really like moss. Moss is one of my favorite things. There's so many different kinds of mosses, of course, so that's a very broad topic, but I love moss. Just something about it, especially in a very moist area, is just, it's beautiful to me. And I think that what was so amazing was just the vastness of the Virginia bluebells. I mean, they seem to go on forever, and there were so many of them. And we weren't even there during their peak bloom, so, I mean, we had just missed their peak bloom by a few weeks, which they had a different walk to go look at them specifically, but we weren't there for that because it is kind of far away for us. It is a couple hours of a drive. So we kind of pick and choose which events we go to, and this was the seed and plant swap day. So, and it was a meeting, so it was kind of all of that in one. So we got to go with Mel beforehand, and that was really nice. So after Winged Deer Park, we went to the seed and plant swap pretty soon after that, after getting some lunch. And that was at Steele Creek Park, which is also a beautiful place. It's not like I don't consider it as much of like a wild place though. To me, it's more like landscaped, it's more like man-made, the way it looks, I guess, and the way that it's maintained, and the way that you go around in it and everything. But there is a cool native garden that they've made right near the building, the main building. And there's a beautiful creek, of course, running through it. So that was really nice. You're going to see that in this video. But there were also some interesting trees that look like they've been there for a very long time. And so we took the time to check out the trees and to take a few pictures and to enjoy the creek, because we've only been here one other time with during the other swap in fall. And so we didn't really get to look around that day, so we looked around a little bit more this day. And that was after the swap. But during the swap and the meeting, it was really nice. We had a good time. We got to talk to people, and we got to talk about plants, and we got to get some free plants out of it too, and seeds. And we got to hear people talk about their plants that they brought, which is really cool. And so that was really nice. And after all of that, we were pretty tuckered out. A lot of these people have a lot more energy than we do. And it could be that it's because my husband and I are both very introverted, and we need a lot more rest than maybe the average person. I don't know, when it comes to like social stuff. So we were pretty we were pretty socialed out. I don't know how else to word it. So we were ready to go and rest, and we went and grabbed some food and went to our room, and we rested. And our Airbnb was pretty cool. It was actually really nice, and they had a garden out front and out back, and they had chickens, which was funny. But what was really awesome was the next morning, we, from the advice of Mel, we went to Laurel Run Saturday morning. Or sorry, was that Sunday morning? I'm getting my days mixed up. But anyway, the next morning we went to Laurel Run Park, which was amazing. I actually almost cried on the drive in, because just on the drive into the park, you see like thousands of phlox, woodland phlox, the little blue ones, and you see like thousands of larkspurs, which, if you guys don't know, larkspur is one of my favorite plants ever. And you see a ton of trilliums and just so many beautiful wildflowers on the way in. And I mean, they're very conspicuous. They're very there's huge drifts of them. I mean, it's nothing like I've never seen anything like it here in Knoxville. But so on the way in, I was already like, my jaw was just dropped. So we get in there and we're headed onto the trail, and I think I took a wrong turn because we ended up going toward the mountain instead of the creek. And that was my fault. I couldn't help myself. I was like, oh, I want to go up here. And we didn't even make it all the way to the lookout because I was actually like getting out of breath. But we made it really far up there. And on the way up there, I got to see so many cool swallowtails. It was unbelievable. And that's another thing, is I tend to stop a lot on these walks because I can't help myself. I have to like take a photo or video of the butterflies or the wildflowers or whatever. And I lost count how many we saw of both of those. But anyway, so we finally eventually did come back down the hill and toward the creek, and then we got to see the amazing diversity of plants on the creek, which was really, really cool. I thought I saw a snake at one point, but then I was unsure if I actually saw it. And but it was just really nice to be able to see all of those different plants right there on the wall, basically, quote unquote wall and rock and the hill, the dirt, all of that. And it was just amazing. And that was our trip. And it was epic. And it was really cool. Hopefully we get to go to Laurel Run again one day. But I hope this video captured a taste of that trip, because it's kind of hard to capture it in video, honestly, unless you go. It's not going to be the same feeling. So you guys should check it out sometime. I'll leave links in the description to these parks and exactly where they're at so you guys can find them. But yeah, they're in Tennessee, so, and the Airbnb we stayed at was in Johnson City, just to give you an idea of the area kind of nearby. But anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching, and I have a lot of video ideas planned coming up, so I hope you are ready to watch those, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys! I just added some new original paintings to the shop. Go to macylou.com to check out the new pieces. I also have prints available as well as different categories of products. I have a $12 and under section and a $25 and under section as well, because I believe every human being deserves to have art in their home and to feel cozy and comfortable wherever they live. I also have a contact page where you can easily get in touch with me at your convenience for art commissions and business inquiries. Just put a quick subject line such as, "Hey, I'd like an art commission," and then in the message section, put in detail about what type of commission you are wanting. Also, feel free to use the contact form as a way to ask any questions you may have about the art or the shop. Thanks for all of your support, no matter what form it takes. To support the channel, like the video, comment, and subscribe. You can also support my work by buying art from me at macylou.com. Thanks for watching!